So in today's video, I'm going to talk here just a little bit. I'm going to talk about what's happened during the last 9 weeks and what's going to happen over the course of the next 4 weeks. So in the last 9 weeks, we've finished our website and we finished the phone application. They're talking back and forth. Everything that needs to be happening is happening. At the beginning of that 9 weeks, or the last 9 weeks, I weighed 178 pounds. I'm just eating the routine foods, eating the 2 to 3 meals a day, no snacking. During that 9-week period, I went back to what's called the SAD diet, the standard American diet, and really I ate more frequently, included more snacks, and I stopped monitoring my food. Became slightly less active. I still got all the weights and stuff from the gym or in the garage, so I was still active, but maybe not quite as active as I might normally be if I had been down at the gym. I think more importantly is I stopped recording. Okay, I stopped recording all my food and monitoring. So I basically, if I just got bored or just whatever, feeling a little pressure or stress or whatever it happened to be, I just go ahead and snack on a little something. And it wasn't, by the way, it wasn't like always snacking on potato chips and ice cream. We have carrots and all sorts of healthy foods, or what most people call healthy. But I just stopped recording it. And then I found out I was an emotional eater. Okay, so it takes a fair amount of stress. This is the first time this has really popped up in, let's say I'm 45 years old, so the last 45 years. But if the emotions, if there's enough tension, enough pressure and stuff going on, I did find myself moving more towards sweets that I wouldn't normally eat. Anyways, bottom line, 9 weeks, went from 178 pounds to 190 pounds. So I gained 12 pounds during that 9-week period. So here's what's going to happen. That was the last 9 weeks. The next 4 weeks, I'm going to go back to the routine foods that I would normally eat. And this wasn't any specialized diet. This is stuff that pretty much everyone eats, as far as like rice, potatoes, beef, chicken, fish, what have you. What I did was, or what I'm going to do is, I'm knocking out the stuff I added during the last 9-week period. So we won't be having chips, won't be having ice cream, stuff like that around the house, or as much. The other thing is I'm going back to 2 to 3 meals a day. So typically I'll just like snack on vegetables throughout the day, and then it won't be until about 4 o'clock where I'll actually start eating. And I'll eat 2, maybe 3 meals during that time frame. The key being no snacking. As far as like munching down on calorie dense snacks, stuff like that. I'm just going to stick with typically just vegetables. I'm going to go back to monitoring. I've talked about this when I had my gym, is, if you've lost a bunch of weight and you're feeling pretty good, you can kick back off of monitoring. But once you decide that you want to go back to losing weight, the #1 thing I'm going to ask everyone to do is go back to monitoring. That's why we developed this application. So I'm going to go back to monitoring my food. I'm going to have one quick little thing is I'm going to video record this stuff. So I'm going to do a quick little video on what I'm eating, but more importantly is how I'm going to count this up on the phone app. So I get 3 portions of protein, 3 portions of carbohydrates, and 3 portions of fat each day. The other small change I'm going to do is I'm going to engage in what's called NEPA, non-exercise physical activity. So whereas I normally would do maybe some light cardio, some Pilates and yoga, obviously weightlifting, this time I'm going to knock all that out. I'm not going to lift weights. I'm not going to do any standard cardio. I'm just going to do some gardening. It's springtime, things are kicking off around here. In about another 20-30 minutes, I'm going to get the kids, we're going to head out to the Greenbelt, and we're going to go for like a 45-minute walk. So we're going to engage in what's called non-exercise physical activity. If you have any questions, you can just Google it, and you'll find a bunch of information. The other is we're going to focus on being process-driven instead of goal-driven, and having a set of goals that you want to achieve, which for me, a 45-year-old guy, generally speaking, that's just a flat stomach. If I can see abs, all the much better, but we want that flat stomach. So that's the goal, but we don't want to be goal-driven. We want to be process-driven, because if we're too focused on the goal, we tend to veer off and we forget the process that's going to get us to the goal. And the process is we're going to record and monitor. And I'm taking out some of the stuff I would normally advocate, which is exercise, stuff like that. All we're going to do is I'm just going to go back to my old nutritional habits, and I'm going to monitor it. That's it. We're going to do this for 4 weeks, and I'm going to put out about 2 to 3 videos per day. So that's it, process driven, and I'll see you guys in the next video.